My computer is, for some reason, not holding a charge super great today. So I'm having to kind of look sideways when I'm looking at you guys, but it'll be fine. Make sure you have a chair and some space. And we're gonna do both bar with the chair. We're gonna do some floor bar today as well. So if you have a hard surface floor, you might want to grab a yoga mat or a even just like a sweatshirt to put behind your spine, because sometimes it doesn't feel fantastic when your spine is rolling. I'm gonna turn this video off because that's confusing for you guys. So yeah, I need one more shoe and we're gonna get started. So dancers, feel free if you want some music on in your background to put something on in your space. I've been kind of doing that for my kids during conditioning and technique class and stuff because it's easier to dance with music. But it's really hard for me to hear you guys when you ask questions over Zoom and everything when I have music playing. So I'm going to kind of do mine just kind of quietly. But if you want to have some music blaring at your house, feel free to kick that Alexa on and turn on some music and put on your favorite song, because when else do you get to pick the music for Pointe class? Right now, you get to pick your own music for Pointe class. Just try to stay with my speed when we're doing bar exercises and whatnot. We are going to do a little bit of bar standing. We are also going to do some floor bar. I unfortunately missed my footing yesterday, which I think I've talked to most of you. I think all of you were in conditioning last night when I did this. I missed my footing going down my stairs yesterday, and I landed directly on my new hip, and it's really hurting today. So feel free. I know I spotlighted myself, but that was more for the YouTube recording. But if I'm not doing something and you want to watch somebody who's doing a better job at it, feel free to pin somebody else. I have you guys all in gallery mode. You could do that because there's not that many of us. So you can see everybody at one time. So whatever makes you happy and makes you feel comfortable about class, do that. Okay. But I'll be the one talking and I'll be the one leading. But if you need to watch somebody else, feel free to do that. Okay. If I'm not doing something full out, and if somebody's doing it fantastically, I may just be like, hey, everybody, look at so and so. They're doing a great job. Their bottom's a little higher than mine today. That's what you should be going for. Okay. So that's all the poor Miss Marisa moment we're gonna get today. Poor Miss Marisa fell down. Poor Miss Marisa's fine. Just not beautiful bottom today, and it hurts a little bit to stand on one foot. So we're going to start today, like we always do in Pointe class, with attitude swings. Make sure you have something to hold on to. I am going to really use my chair today as opposed to normally when I'm kind of barely using my chair. We're going to start with our left hand on the bar all the time. My right leg is doing all the swinging. Make sure you have space for everything to move around you. And really think about getting your back attitude as high as your front attitude. Some of our back attitudes are even higher than our front attitude. So really fight for it. We're doing 8 attitude swings, 8 attitude plie swings, 8 battement swings, 8 front attitude swing across the front, and then we'll go to the other side. Okay? Here we go. Right toe in V plus, opening arms on 5, 6, 7, swinging on 1, back, 2, back, 3, 4, really pushing through the floor with a foot, 6, 7, 8, add the plie on the standing leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, battement swing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, brushing through first position every single time we swing. Now across the front, ready, 1, armpit to armpit, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take that leg behind you, stretch it out. Release your neck and lift your chin. All right, let's do our other side. Right hand is on the bar this time. Left leg is swinging freely. Really make sure we're keeping tension in our left arm. B plus. 5, 6, lift 7, 8, swinging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add that plie on 1, 2. Turn the leg out. 3, 4. Keep your arm up. 6, 7, 8. Bump on 1, 2, 3, 4. Through first position. 5, 6. Keep those chins up. 7, 8. Across the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your chins up. 7, 8. So I saw a lot. Yeah, keep stretching. Sorry, I'll talk after we stretch. Stretch. Make sure when you're doing your across the front attitude, when it's going this way, that you're keeping your spine engaged and pulled in the core. We don't want to create space by folding. Okay, we don't want that rounded shape. And I'm seeing a lot of ponytails falling forward as we're doing that. And a little bit of that Hunchback of Notre Dame shape, right? Which was on here. We're getting a little bit of that. So we really want to set our shoulder blades into our back pocket and create the space in front of us by stretching our arms away, not by pulling our core back, okay? This is a very different, I'm not a tall person. I can't afford to lose, I don't know what, it's probably a good 4 or 5 inches when I tuck back this way. So just keep that body up and really swing that leg in front of you so that the hip joint is relaxed. Everybody taking kind of fold forward and feel what happens to that attitude swing. Now all of a sudden, instead of being here with my knee pointing up, I am rotated forward. So that's where we're living. That's not an attitude, right? So really what you're doing is teaching your leg when it swings across your body to sickle, okay? Because we're rotating our hips down. We don't want to rotate our hips down, okay? So shake that out. As long as we got that under control, it's really just a warm-up, right? So that's just a good morning hips kind of a movement. So don't be too hard on that one. You really want to relax on that one and try the best you can just to relax. While we're standing here, we're facing our bar anyway, let's go ahead and do some ducks, okay? And then we'll do box stretch. And I'm saying that out loud because I promised we would start there this week. All right, so let's start with our ducks. Fingertips on the bar, and we're going to do 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Tendu, same thing, dégagé. Pushing all the way back into first position every time on the beat for the close, okay? Shoulders in our back pockets, chins up tall, fingertips resting comfortably on our chair. 5, 6, tendu on the 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch 4, 3, 2, 1 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Choose 1, 2, and 1, 2, single 1, 1. When now dégagé on the 1, 2, push that foot. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 counts. And 2, single 1, and a 1, and a 1, and a 1. Very nice. I didn't see a lot of hips lifting. Those are actually looking much better. Make sure we're snapping in on the beat. That is impossible for me to know if you were doing that on Zoom. So I have to assume you are, but I want you to think about squeezing up through our inner thighs and making our heels come back together without it stopping with space. We don't want to stop here. We want to scoop it up all the way to our first position every single time. Okay? Staying here, we're gonna do our box stretch. Move my chair for a second. Both hands are gonna be on our bar, and we're going to stay in parallel. We're gonna do sixes. We're just gonna kind of breathe through these and really work through our feet. So we're doing our right foot for 1, 2, left foot for 1, 2, over the top of the toe. 1, 2, over the top of the toe, 1, 2. Demi-plie in parallel. Lift those heels up, so we're in a forced arch. So I am now pushing into my big toes, right? And then we pull all the way up, squeezing through the glutes, setting it back down. That's parallel. Same thing's gonna happen in first. Feel a little bit different. We're going over and over. We don't want our heel to rock back. I know it looks like a little thing, but it really isn't. We really want to keep the tension in our big toe. Yes. For people like me who had I had a natural sickle my whole life, this is actually a lot more comfortable for my foot. But that is a really good way to hurt yourself. Okay, so having to work hard for it, I know what it feels like, and I really want to feel the knuckle of my toe have all the weight on it. Okay. Same thing happens when I go on this side and I really have all the weight in the knuckle of my toe. Not back here on the baby toe. The baby toe should be completely free. When you go to second position, when you go to do your plie, think about you're in a demi-plie because my heels are flat on the ground. But when I lift those heels up, I am now in a grand plie, right? My hips and my knees are really close to being in a straight line, and I'm pushing into those big toes to squeeze up, okay? That's the only place I ever see you guys get lazy because you're all very hard workers in this room. But when we go to do this second position, sometimes we kind of go duh and up, right? Like my head level changes as opposed to pushing over my toes and then squeezing on the way down, okay? So make that one really big correction for me in second position when we do these, as we usually do, okay? So we are starting both hands on the bar, feet are in parallel, 6 sets. So this is gonna take a minute, so just take a big deep breath and let's get into it. Right foot first. 5, 6, 7, demi-pointe, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, over, 1, 2, over, 1, 2, demi-plie, forced arch, press into those big toes, set it down, do it again, and demi, full point over the toe, full point, and down, rolling up, pressing up, squeezing down, and demi, and over, and plie, demi-pointe, full point, and down, and 5, right, and switch, and over, and switch, demi-plie, over the toes, pressing into the feet, set it down, one more set, in parallel, and switch, and over the toe, demi-plie, rolling up, pressing in, setting down. Good job. Keep those shoulders in your back pockets. Try not to roll towards your chair. First position. Here we go. 6, 7, and we're right foot, left foot. Full point, switch. Demi-plie. Roll it over. Press into those feet. Set it down. Demi. Full point, and switch. Demi-plie. Set it down. Sorry, not set it down. Squeeze it up. Opposite. Yeah. Press. And switch. And over. Demi-plie. Draw those heels up. Bend our body up. Set it down. And demi. And full. And full. Is this 5 or 6? Anybody down? And over. And up. Nobody has a clue. So let's do one more. Demi. And demi. And over the toe. And stretch. One more. Pushing through those toes. Lifting up. Setting down. You shake the ankles out. Make sure we have our heels right underneath our shoulders. Straight under our shoulders. We don't want to go too wide on this because then that force arch is a little bit incorrect when we get to it. Okay? Shoulders in our back pockets. Belly button pulled up tall. Ready? 6, 7, and demi, over the foot, and switch, plie, push those heels up high, squeeze your tush, set it down, demi, and demi, full stretch, and switch. Demi-plie. Roll it up, press into it, set it down. Again, demi and demi. Full point and switch. Get that plie. Roll through the feet. Squeeze it up. Set it down. Use those glutes. Demi and over and over. Set it down. Squeeze it up. Pull through the core. One more time. Here we go. Demi and full point and over. Plie. Roll it up. Squeeze it up. Set it down. Shake it out. Good job, you guys. I can't see all parts of anybody's body in your video, but that's okay. I see a lot of shoulders being pulled back like we have talked about so much in this class, and I see a lot of effort going into our feet articulation, which is the entire job of a box stretch, right? Is to find our full point and really go past it. So our full point, right? My full point is that. But when I'm stretching my foot, I want that. I want that every time I point my foot. Like I want that. Just like I want my leg to be here, right? Just like I want to do 5 pirouettes without trying. Like we're always trying to go farther. So if you're putting the energy into working that foot articulation, the likelihood of my toe actually pointing like that is much higher because I put my energy into that goal. So when you do those drawing up over, like I want my releve to be that high. Like I want my heels to stack on top of my big toe when I'm standing. And if I push really hard, I can get really close. I didn't used to. And that is just from box stretch and just from putting effort into it, okay? That's one of those things that you literally can do anywhere. Believe me, that's the kind of thing I do when I'm nervous at the grocery store. And everybody's touching everything in their face and they don't have masks on. So it's a good anxiety thing to do because it takes no space and people just think you're ever so slightly weird. All right, one more. Let's do some sautés. I am not going to jump a whole lot, but just follow my voice. You guys can't really see me that well while you have me. Well, maybe some of you have me on TV. That's terrifying. So we're going to be in first position. We're going to sauté. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and second, 2, 3, 4, and fifth. Changement, and do the same thing twice. So it's actually not a hard one, right? So we're going first, 2, 3, 4, second, 2, 3, 4, fifth, 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 fifth. First, 2, 3, 4, second, 2, 3, 4, left, fifth, 3, 4. Really focus on pushing the floor away every single time since we're not doing a gajillion. Make them really high quality, okay? Focus on these plies. Here we go. Fingers gently on our chair or bar or whatever. And our feet are awake and our bodies are awake. Ready? 5, 6, 7, plie, sauté, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a second, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, changement, and a 2, and a 3. Again, first and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, second, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, left, fifth, and a 2, 3, and a 4. That was actually quite nice. I did not see a lot of booty sticking out. That was nice, you guys. Okay, while we were in sauté mode, last week we worked a little bit on our royale, right? Squeezing up and then setting it down behind. So while we're nice and bouncy anyway, let's do a few royale, yes? So all I want you to do, squeeze up in fifth position, switch feet, set it down. Squeeze up in fifth position, switch feet, set it down. We'll do 4. See how they feel. Okay, so we're going squeeze, switch, okay? Yes, just 4. Let's just see how they're feeling today, okay? And maybe we'll do undershot after that, just to kind of check in with those as well. Do we remember what undershot is? Undershot is when our front foot, I don't know if I can do this today, when our front foot goes to the back and to the front again, okay? So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in this group can totally do this. So all we're doing, if we're going up in the air and our feet are not squeezing together, they're going up and they're immediately going to the back of us, back to where we started, setting our feet back down, okay? So that's all an entrecote is. But we're gonna do 4 royales, 3, then we'll do 4 entrecote on the right, and then we'll switch and we'll do 4 entrecote on the left. Just so we don't have to come back to sitting in front of our screens again. We'll do all of those things, okay? So let's start with our royales. You can hold onto a bar like I'm going to, or you can put your arms in front of you, whatever, or on your waist, or on your head. I don't know, they'll go through on your head. Ready? 5, 6, Royale, squeezing up, set it down. And squeezing up, set it down. Squeezing up, set it down. Squeezing up, set it down. Good. Shake that out. I want to watch you guys do that once. I feel like we're really close on these. And I just want to watch one time. Just 4 more. Not 1,000 more, just 4. Here we go. Same speed. 5, 6, 7, squeezing up, set it down. Plie, stretch, squeezing up. And plie, stretch, squeezing up. Plie, stretch, plie, squeezing up. Okay, make sure not, my voice today. If you have a solo with me, you know my mouth is just not working today. When we go to set our feet back down, the most important thing is that you go through demi-plie, right? So we squeeze it up, it goes down, sets back up again. And up, down, sets back up again. Right? Unless we're just doing to the top, then it's one plie because you're using that one plie to push off to the next thing. But for this, we're going slower. So you need to make sure you have a demi-plie as like a bookend, right? You're the book. There's 2 things holding you up and pushing you up, which are your plie. So the plie at the beginning, pushing up, plie at the end, to settle. Plie at the beginning, pushing up, plie at the end, to settle. So make sure, I see a few lunges. So it's not that we're landing on 2 straight knees. Check in with yourself, do a couple. Make sure you're landing on 2 plie knees because I'm seeing a little bit of where the back leg is straight, the front leg is bent. So we have like a lunge landing like this. So we have like our tuchus is back. So do a couple, make sure you're landing on soft knees. You can do changement, you can do royale, I don't care, but just make sure you're going from demi-plie to demi-plie. That is the most important thing about a saute. Yes, much better, there we go. When we focus on it, it's there. It really is, that's better. Okay, all right, good, good, we can do this. Okay, so it really, like every once in a while, so Danica, you're doing a fantastic job, but I do want to say that every once in a while your back knee does kind of block out, and I don't want to see you hurt that knee. So be careful, okay? Just don't let it kick back, okay, sweetie? All right, you guys are doing a great job. So let's go to those undershakats. So this is one of our hardest jumps that stays, maybe not quite as hard as a cabriole, but that stays in place. So our undershakat, we want those feet to go and back front, which is probably hard to see over a webcam. But we want them to go up, touch behind, come back to where we started. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We're starting with our right foot first. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in front of me. This hurts too much today, guys. So my right foot's in front, and we're gonna undershakat on that right side. 4 times, same thing. Put the demi-plie in between every single one. We're not doing one right after another. We're demi-plie, undershakat, demi-plie, and stretch. Demi, jump, demi, stretch. Ready? Got that speed. 5, 6, 7, and demi, undershakat, demi, stretch. Demi, undershakat, demi, stretch. Demi, undershakat, demi, stretch. Demi, undershakat, demi, stretch. Yes, nice landings. That was good. Okay, let's switch feet. So we're doing our left foot in the front now. Make sure we are, think of your legs as a pair of scissors. We're not going around the leg. We're cutting just as close as we can and going back to front. Okay, so think about how scissors go past each other and they slice as opposed to going and chasing each other around. Okay, here we go. Left foot's in front. 5, 6, 7, and plie, undershakat, and plie, undershakat. Tight ankles, plie, undershakat. One more, plie, undershakat. Good job. Those are good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do some floor bar because I said we would, and we're gonna run out of time again because I always run out of time. So, find a comfy spot. If you need like a yoga mat, throw it out for yourself real quick, okay? I'm gonna kind of. Whoop, sorry. See if I can go a little lower on the ground for you guys. That's just a little bit of loose. Hopefully that helps. That angle helps a little. I'm down here. Yeah, that makes it not feel like I'm 85 miles away from you. Okay, so we are going to work through passe. Okay, so without having to hold weight and balance, we're going to work on our passe placement. So, think about keeping our shoulders stacked over our hips when we're down here, and we don't want to like let go of our core. So it's a lot of abs when you're doing ballet, but what's new? But we're going to take our leg and we're going to bring everything up to passe. And we're going to double pay. Can you see that? Yeah. Double pay out to second, back into passe, bring it back down. Remember this passe, double pay, passe. And think about your arm path. My arm path needs to be in first position, and then when I go out to second, I'm never going to touch the floor because my arms don't go that wide. They're going to be in second and then back in and down. Okay? So passe, développé, passe down, passe, développé, passe down. Let's do 8 sets. See how that feels. Okay? Here we go. Everybody's down. We're going to lift our arms up to first position. 6, 7, and passe. Développé, passe. Set it down. Passe. Développé. Passe. Get to that knee. Set it down. Passe. Out to second. And passe. Set it down. Passe. Out to second. Passe. Set it down. Passe. Second. Passe. Down. Keep your tailbone pressing into the floor. Don't rock onto one glute or the other one. Passe. Développé. Passe. Down. Passe. Use those shoulders. Extend those arms. Passe. Down. Passe. Développé. Passe. Set it down. Passe. Développé. I think this is 6, so let's do 2 more. Ready? Passe. Développé. Passe. Think about lifting that knee up like we talked about last week. You're in your passe, lift that knee higher. Passe. Set it down. 1 more set. Passe. Knee up higher. Bring it in and down. Again. Passe. And up and in and down. Okay. So one thing that is really interesting, I think, when you're doing floor bar is you can feel where your arms are at. And if you're using your arms correctly, your shoulder blades should stay where they're at as your arms are moving. If you're using, how do I say that? If your alignment is wrong, if it's incorrect alignment, you're going to feel your chest pop along the floor. So if my arms are moving up and they're opening, I can feel my shoulder blades tucking behind my body, but my chest is not popping away from the floor. Okay? So that's what I find super interesting about floor bar is that you can really feel the alignment that you can't see normally when we're standing. You look in the mirror, you see the front half of you. But with floor bar, we have the opportunity to feel what our back half is doing while we're working on our front half. Okay? So with that in mind, since we work on our turns so much, we are going to work on our rotation. Okay, so we are going to bring our leg battement up, open, squeeze it down. So we're going up, open, squeeze, up, open. And I don't want this to go super duper high. Like I'm fine if you want to go kind of high, but it doesn't need to be. I don't want it to turn into a fan kick, right? I want it to be a battement, turned out leg that opens to second and then squeezes back to our starting position. Okay, we'll do one leg at a time because it's easier to focus. Start with our right leg and we'll do 4 on the right and then 4 on the left. Okay, find good alignment. Press those hips down, shoulders in. 6, 7, we're brushing up and we open and squeeze back to first. Brushing up and we open, squeeze back to first. Both glutes on the floor. 3, and we're open, squeeze back to first. 4, and we open, squeeze back to first. Okay, let's do that left leg. Ready? Brush it up. Ooh, and I give this one open, squeeze back to first. Brush battement, 2 second, squeeze back to first. Brush battement, and open, squeeze back to first. One more time. Battement, and second, squeeze back to first. All right. We're going to modify that a little bit, okay? So think about when we do our turn, when we do a pointe, right? Our leg crosses, quasi, across our body slightly on our plie. Then it swings straight up to our second, and then it comes into our passe and down. So we're going brush, open to second. Don't go high on this one. This one has to stop at 90 degrees. Passe, set it down, okay? So think about how you would do a pointe turn, okay? I can't see you guys very well. I'm going to put you down here where I can see you. There we go. All right, so brushing, thinking pointe. So it's a rond de jambe. It's a rond de jambe while we take a nap on the floor. Don't really take a nap. But we're brushing across the body, open, passe, across the body, open, passe. 4 times. Ready? 6, 7, quasi, over, 2 second, passe, and squeeze. Brush over, second, passe, squeeze. Over, second, passe, squeeze, over, second, passe, squeeze. All right, left leg, ready? Brush it over, to second, passe, squeeze. Brush across, swing it straight across, passe, down. 3, and open, passe, and down one more time, cross, and over, passe, and down. Whew, I can't even explain how much that hurts. All right, I am seeing a little bit of rocking on our quasi, so think about when this leg comes across my body, I'm not lifting, which we do sometimes when we're in class too, right? That's what I think causes the stir the pot situation on a pointe, that if we lift that hip when we go to the corner, when I whip that leg back around me, my heel, see how my heel is in front? And then I feel like I have to wrap it into my passe. I know I'm like horribly slouching while I do this. But that I think is the exact motion that is like a fail, right, on our pointe. When that leg comes from here and it has to wrap. I'll do that slower because yeah, webcam. But here, around, and then we have to see how it turns into like a, yeah. That is, I think, what's happening. So if we can train our hips when we brush across to stay flat and not rock, you are setting yourself up for success, okay? You're setting yourself up to be aligned when you do this while trying to rotate. If you rock and cheat while we're doing it just laying on the floor, you're going to rock when you stand up because it's harder, okay? All right, so let's see. Let's not come back down again. Let's, my voice is going out, I don't know why. Let's go, there we go. Let's go across, open, in, across, open, in, and let's do it, because that's how you would do it if we were actually turning, right? We would go across, open, in, and then right back out to quasi. We would not come down again and then rock that leg over, okay? So, yeah, I can't do my left side on this at all. So feel free to watch anybody else if you need somebody to watch, but I will say every single word. So if you just are following my voice, which I can't imagine watching anyone and doing this anyway, because you're staring at the ceiling. But just listen to my voice. We'll all go together. We're starting with our right leg. It's going quasi, second, passe. Quasi, second, passe. All right, here we go. If you want to do it with your arms, you're welcome to. If you need to focus on your feet, feel free to. Ready? 6, 7, 8, quasi. Second, passe, quasi. Second, passe, quasi. Second, passe, quasi. Second, passe. Settle it down. Other leg. 6, 7, 8, quasi. Second, passe, quasi. Second, passe, quasi. Second, passe, quasi. Second, passe. Yes? Anybody have any questions about that at all? Did that feel okay? Did you feel your body trying to rock at all? Yes, we did a little bit. Not everybody, but like a little bit of rocking. Not everybody did. Okay, well that's good. We're setting up new muscle memory, right? Theoretically, that will make our pointes stronger. Not theoretically. If our muscles are stronger and they're trained, they will be better pointes, okay? In that vein, let's see if we can just work our straight batma, okay? And why we do them laying down is so you can focus on the bottom half of your body without yanking on the top half of our body. So we're gonna press our arms against the floor, nice and flat, okay? And I want you to focus on these little muscles that are right here at the bottom of our abdominal wall. They attach to our hip flexor, which attaches to this giant muscle, our quadricep, okay? That giant muscle is gonna help keep your legs straight, right? It pushes down on the knee. The hamstring is actually what pulls your leg toward your body. So we have a lot to focus on down here, but when we're standing on it, it's just one extra thing, okay? So we are gonna use the tension of our upper body to keep this nice and strong. I want you to focus on brushing through that toe and bring it up. I want it to go 1, 2, 3, 4, what? Like 2 counts up, 2 counts down. Not 1 and 2 and 3, and we're not pumping through these batmas, okay? These are controlled batmas. 8 counts, 8 batmas front, and then we're going to do the same thing to the side. And we're going to do 8 batmas front, and same thing to the side, to your corner. So we're kicking towards our nose for 8, toward our armpit for 8, toward our nose for 8, toward our armpit for 8. Here we go. Pressing those hands flat against the ground. Big deep breath. Press those ribs down. 6, 7, 8. Up 1, 2, down 1, 2. 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 Up 1, 2, down 1 to the corner on a 1, 2, down 1, 2. Up 1, 2, down 1, 2. Up 1, 2, down 1. Up 1, 2, down 1. Get up to the armpit. 1, 2, down 1, 2, and 6. 1, 2, and 7. 1, 2, and 8. Other leg goes 1, 2, down 1, 2, up 1, 2, down 1, 2, up 1, 2, down 1, 2, up 1, 2, down 1, 2, 1, 2, down 1, 2. That's 6, and 1, 2, and 7, and control that leg, and 8. Now take it to the armpit. Ready? Out 1, 2, down 1, 2, 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 out 6, 1, 2, out 7. Last one on 8, 1, 2. You probably already know what I'm going to say. We have to flip over and do the same thing to the back. Okay, so we're on our belly now, which means our hip flexors get a break, just like our glutes were kind of getting a break when we were on our back. Okay, so on these, obviously we want to focus on the opposite attachment point. We want to focus on the bottom of our glute where it attaches to the hamstring. Should be pressing that knee away from us as we lift the leg up. You can do this one. I would do it maybe with your chin on either like a stacked hand or a flat hand. Don't do it all the way up here because then that compromises your ability to lift your leg up off the ground, right? We want to focus down here. We don't want to focus up here. Okay? So same thing. We're going to take it up to the back 8 times, and then we're going to take it, how do I say this? Then we're going to brush. Let's just do the 8 arabesque, and then we're going to work on attitude. But I think the attitude is more complicated, so we'll just stick with our arabesque first, and then we'll walk through the back attitude. Okay? So whatever you want, get your chin up just a little. Ready? 2 counts up, 2 counts down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Up 1, 2, down 1, 2. Press into the other leg. 1, 2, and up and down. 3 and down. 4. Keep those knees straight. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switching legs up. 1, 2, and 2. Don't tickle another leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, this one is going to go up. It's going to tuck. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, maybe I'll face you on this one for a second. So you're going to go up on your arabesque. You're going to take your leg, and we're going to tip and touch the touch the big toe on the floor. Come back to our attitude, push it out to arabesque, and set it down. Okay, super awkward position for me for the camera. Okay, so we're going arabesque, attitude, tap the floor, attitude, arabesque, down, and that's 1. Okay, we'll do let's do 4 sets on each leg. Okay. Okay, ready? 5, 6, brushing up for 1, 2, attitude 1, 2, tap it 1, 2, attitude 1, 2, push it out and down. Other leg goes up and attitude and tap and back. Press away from the body, down. Take it back to the right leg, up, attitude, over, attitude. Get those hips down, press out. Press up, attitude, tip it over, set it down, push it back, and do it again. Brush out, attitude, tipping over, coming back, pushing out, setting down, left foot brush up, attitude, tip it over, set it down, pushing away, down. Was that 3 or 4? Anybody counting? 3? Okay, one more. Brush up, back attitude, tip it over, bring it back, push it out, set it down. One more. Pushing up, attitude, tip it over, set it down, push it out, and down. Whew. And stretch it out. Feel the love. Okay. Ooh. All right, how much time do we have? 3 minutes. So let's take these last 3 minutes and we'll work our obliques. I'm going to start with the leg that I can actually do, and then that way you know what to do on the other side. So we're going to go to the sides of our bodies, and we are going to pull our leg up through passe. We're going to tip that knee up towards our shoulder, développé it up, flex our foot, push it to come back down. Okay, so it's going passe, développé, flex, squeeze inner thighs, pull. That's 1. All right, we're going to do 6 and 6 to finish off the day. Here we go. 5 starts with the point. We pull it up to passe, développé, flex, pull it down. Again, up, développé, flex, pull it down. 3, développé, flex. You're working on that flexibility. Don't forget to pull that knee towards your shoulder. Flex, bring it down. 5, pull it up, flex, down. 6, bring it up, flex, down. All right, let's swing to the other side. Make sure we're not rolling backwards, yes, because then it turns into a parallel passe. We really want our hips to stay stacked on top of each other. 5, 6, 7, passe, up, développé, flex, bring it down. 2, bring it up, flex, set it down. 3, développé, flex, set it down. 4, développé, flex, set it down. 5, good job, keep going. Up, flex, set it down, don't rock backwards. 6, up, flex, down. Okay, so what makes these more difficult as a because you have to be in charge of whether or not you rock off your hip, there's a higher degree of failure, right? So the second I rock backwards, I'm failing at this because my hips are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Not that I'm failing at life, but this exercise, I'm now no longer aligned this way. So you want to think about keeping those hips on top of each other as if we were doing like, a clamshell, right? If I tip my hips back into a clamshell, it's not clamshell anymore. So if I'm going to do a développé, I really need my hips to stay stacked as if I was standing up. My hips are stacked like I'm standing up. Then when I go to stand up, I won't dip. So that would look like if I was standing and doing a développé. If my hips come out of alignment, that's the shape I'm going into. So for my hips to stay in alignment when we're doing floor bar, then I'm training myself to get that leg to stack with my hips in the same spot. The second I dip that hip backwards, now I am in a very sickle. I can't do it. A very, very sickle position. And I'm training myself to do it over and over and over again because my hip is dipping back behind me. Okay? One way to make sure that you're doing it right is to give yourself something that prevents you from doing it. Right? So if you're lucky, like I feel kind of lucky. In my office, I have this bare wall, which I know in a lot of houses there are not a lot of bare walls. This is probably the only one in my whole house where I could like really just like use this wall. But if I wanted to make sure that my hips were staying in alignment, I can put my bottom hip against here, and then I have no choice. This is my bad leg, but I have no choice. My hips can't go backwards, running into a wall. Okay? So, is that a weird thing to say I'm lucky about? Probably. But like at the studio, I use the brick walls and those columns all the time as a way to stretch my legs out. Because I don't have, I guess I can do that in here. It feels weird to do a needle stretch against my white wall, but I probably could. But finding places in your life where you can use them in different ways is probably the name of our game right now in Quarantine Dance Mashup. Is just finding things that work for like 85 different purposes and just going for it, okay? So if you have a wall or even a couch that you can kind of lean your hips against, I mean, watch the Netflix and do développé. I'm okay with that. I mean, I used to always say I was practicing dance. I'd be sitting in my straddle doing my homework, right? With all my papers right here. So it's a great way to do that, is to just find things you can do in a different way so that you're still dancing as much as possible, because we are not dancing as much as we were before. Does anybody have any questions before I have to jump off? No questions. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to have any questions. If you come up with something that you would like for me to incorporate into class, whether it's for technique or for Pointe class, feel free to let me know, especially when we're warming up, if there's anything else you guys are really, really wanting to do as a team, or if you want me to go through an exercise and make sure you're doing it correctly on your own. I would love to help you. If you have any questions when we're not in class and you need to reach out to me, you can always take a little video of yourself doing it and send it to me, email it to me, whatever. And then that way I can help you if you have a question on what you're working on, okay? That way you don't have to ask your question in front of, 8 of your closest friends, because that would be embarrassing. Sarcastic, not here. All right. I love you guys. Take care of yourself.